Hey all, and this is the Crawling Chaos event. This is a Dark Slayer event and Immortal Killer. I made up a few teams. This is the first one. It revolves around the Defraggers deck and the Golems deck, with the main damage coming from the Freedom Fighters. So let's have a look at this deck. To start with, the Glorious Golems as the lead card. This is 300%, 600% for all Dark Immortal Killer heroes. Since this deck is a mixture of Slayer and Commander cards, I've put that card as lead. The Freedom Fighters creates power gems and then has that bonus attack. So that's where I'm expecting all the damage to come from, the bonus attack on that card. We will see when I test out the deck though. Defraggers. This is a good deck actually. I'm glad I went for this deck. Creates a lot of power gems, dispels one enemy buff, and cleanses one debuff from your Dark Commanders. So the only card that's not a Dark Commander is the Freedom Fighters. Then Long Shot creates power gems and dispels one enemy buff. Again, a good card. It also has an increases self-damage buff on the card. Then finally, probably all expected this high performance unit area. This has that lovely supercharged buff to increase the damage even further. Then relics. I have quite a few decent Dark Immortal Killer relics actually, so I've put them all on the team. Since my main GVG attack team is based around the Golems, of course you can use other colour relics if you don't have any dark ones. There we go. There's another Immortal Killer relic. Breaks 2 shields. Breaks 2 shields. So, more than enough to break the 6 shields at the start of the battle. So on to the alternative decks. The second Dark Slayer team is slightly different. I have put the Perceptive Gurus on the team. I'm going to try and boost up the damage even further with this card, as when you get attacked by an enemy, increases Immortal Killer attack by 1200%. We will see if this actually makes the team stronger or not. Then a completely random test team. If you don't have many dark cards that are actually any good, you could try a team that's a completely different colour. Blitzkrieg Beasts is 5 pink stars now, so the Immortal Killer bonus is 1200%. I'm hoping when mixed with the Culinary Kings deck, this will actually do some decent damage, but it's hard to say until I test out the deck. So no vault opening this time, unfortunately. I simply do not have enough gems. I went for the Water Commander deck after the event finished. I also got the shiny for that deck. So I've used up pretty much all my gems. I also want to keep some gems back, just in case the Golems is in the store, the Drillfist store. So let's get on with some event gameplay. Here we go. Alright, so here we go with the actual event. The first thing you may notice is they have made the screen bigger. As you can see here, you can get more bosses on the screen now. This was a fix mainly for iPad users, as last event they were having problems seeing the bosses. So it's good to see that in place. I have a Corellium solo boss up. I'm going to use my first Dark Slayer team. Now this is actually really powerful. The problem is it takes 3 turns, so it's only really useful on locked solo bosses like this one. It's not so good on stealing other people's solos or getting a percentage on them, so I may use another team for that. Turn 1, match anything. Turn 2, use high performance unit area. Turn 3, watch the boss die. Pretty effective strategy, basically. Right, here's turn 2. High performance unit area is up. Okay, so you may have noticed that Defraggers actually removes the armour, so that is really useful. A very good commander card. And then hopefully this will destroy it with the bonus attack. So there's the starting damage, and then there we go. Bonus attack hits, boss is dead. Yeah, really quick and easy team to use. However, it's only suitable for your own solo bosses. Well, due to it taking 3 turns. If you use it on someone else's solo boss, it will probably be defeated before you can get in the main attack. So let's try and get another solo boss up to try some of my other teams. Oh, right, I actually have an Inferno boss up now, which is very nice. Took a bit of time to get this up. Now I'm hoping I can kill it in one attack, as I only have 12 solo keys left. The only way I'll find out, though, is by giving it a try. So I'm hoping this team will do more damage than the previous team, but I'm not sure. The only way to find out is to give it a try. Then this will determine what team I will be using for the event. Even though the first team was pretty good in all fairness, so a similar strategy. Turn 2, high performance unit area. Gurus boost up the damage a bit further. And use all the cards and hopefully defeat the boss in one attack. Less power gems though, so the damage may not be as good. I don't know yet. Try matching those two there. There we go. Let's see. It's about the same actually. The nuke still hits and does all the damage. Yeah, both teams are about the same. So I think I'll just stick with the first team, for being honest. Seems like the more effective team and the easier to use, even though they're both similar sort of strategy with the teams. So the final team you saw at the first part of the video is not especially effective. With a bit of work, this could be okay on guild bosses, but it's not powerful at all, unfortunately. I'll show you what it does. There's not enough fire gems currently to get all the skills active on turn 1 either. Well, not consistently anyway, you'll see what I mean. However, if you are really struggling to make a dark deck, then possibly consider a different colour. I mean, this is actually a good deck, it's just not the right deck for this event. It's an idea though, if you're really struggling, to try something like this. Here's the damage. So 2.2 trillion on the 4th card. Not much more damage. Yeah, it's definitely suitable for guild bosses, but unfortunately not much else. Okay, so you may have seen frenzy bosses are back. Last time I think the cost to summon capped out at around 5,000. I can't remember the exact amount. We'll see if it's the same this time around. I'm expecting it to be the same. The strategy for the frenzy bosses: summon them on the last 3 days of the event. They're worth more than. Try not to summon too many on the first 2 days, as they have a lower trophy value. It also depends on how many players you can get online though, so it's difficult to say. For example, if on the last 3 days you won't have many players online, it's probably better to summon on the first 2 days then. So let's have a look at the collection this time around. It's an updated collection, so let's see what we got. So lots of Legend Trials summoning tokens. Also a random hammer. I think this is intended as a GVG defense collection. I have completed it now though, so I might as well go and finish collecting all those rewards. There we go. Also a core at the bottom, which is pretty nice. It's definitely worth completing that collection. Shouldn't take you too long. I've only been playing for around 2 hours and already finished it. Now finally, let's have a look at what we got as the Warden or Dragoon this time around. Oh, it's a Dragoon. Interesting. Okay. I'm not even going to try and say what that card is called. Having a look at it there. Interesting Dragoon. Creates 5 light power gems and gains the bonus attack buff. Interesting. Dispel Weaken could be useful. As always with the Dragoons though, it depends on what they specialise into. So it's hard to say if the Dragoon is of much use or not. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual event deck this time around. You may have seen that the Vault is slightly different as it has Legend Souls in it. I'm still not going to be buying the Vault yet though. I'm more interested to see what is in the Drillfist store, to be honest. If the golems are there, I need to save all my gems. Right, anyway, here's the deck. Okay, it's a pretty standard deck. Creates power gems and has an attack bonus. Dispel armor. Have a look at the other card. Here we go. Okay, so it's one of those cards that creates power gems whenever a buff is activated. Interesting. There's a cap on the amount of power gems you can spawn from that, though. It only creates 2 dark power gems as well. But a 1-turn cooldown. What's the other card 1 turn? Let's have another look at it. Hold on. Just want to see. Yeah, 1-turn cooldown. So that's actually pretty effective. So you can have the attack bonus every single turn. Yeah, so with the golems, I can see this doing huge amount of damage. However, doesn't create that many power gems compared to other decks. So, yeah, it's pretty balanced. It's up to you if you want to go for that or not. You need to decide that for yourself. Of course, if you're using golems in GVG, then this might be a good card to put on your GVG attack team. That's up to you to decide. And there we go, that about covers this video. Hope that was helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. Also, finally, don't forget the season rewards are here now. So make sure you claim your rewards as you progress with the event. Like I'm going to do so right now. There we go. Takes a little bit of time for it to load after I've collected the rewards. Yep, still loading. Takes a bit of time. There we go. And thanks for watching.